When did it all begin? Looking back, when did you decide, right, this is what life's going to be for me?
On the musical side?
Yes.
Well, I've been writing songs for 20 years. I started writing when I was about 13. And when you're a kid, you know how it is. Everyone tells you should put that down, put that guitar down, put those tape recorders away,
And sit behind a desk.
and sit behind the desk. And I suppose I was about 20 when I really, really thought that I wasn't going to be any good at anything else. My dad had a garage, the village I come from in County Durham in England. He had a garage, and I'd gone to college and I studied English and I studied history, but really I wanted to write songs. So I think that it became apparent to family that if I was working in a garage, yet I wanted to write things, I should maybe just get on and do it, that I wasn't going to do anything else, and I shouldn't just be selling petrol all day, because to be honest with you, I wasn't even very good at that. I'm not even very mechanically minded. I couldn't even do anything. If you came in with your engine, I couldn't do anything for you, you know. So I started to take it more seriously then.
So you literally just went into a bedroom and said, right, here's the idea, this is what I want it to be about, and I'm going to put it down on paper.
No, I worked in the garage so that I could write songs between the cars coming in. That's why I did it, because I thought it's the sort of job you can do, and there's a lot of waiting involved. And I used to write. I'd sit in the garage and I'd write. And on an evening, we'd rehearse and rehearse and rehearse in the back of the garage. We were literally a garage band. It's no joke. That's how we started. And by the time we made our first LP, Swoon, which is in 1983, I'd written hundreds of songs. Most of them will never see the light of day, mercifully. But I'd learned a lot, you know, in that time.
So when somebody says Swoon stands for songs written out of necessity, is that true or no?
I was taking the...
Again. Yeah.
I was, you know, the music press, they can be very...
oh, yeah. Slightly critical.
They could, yeah, you know, they sort of they get elevated ideas about you.
Yeah.
And I was trying to take out of pompous criticism. Yeah. And my brother thought of the title Swoon for the album, and I wrote liner notes in it. These are songs written out of necessity, because I just thought it sounded like something a journalist might put on. It was my sense of humour, really.
How do you get on with the rest of the band, Paddy? Because essentially you are Prefab Sprout.
Well, it's complicated because when I'm asked that question, I know that it sounds corny if you say that. Oh, well, they have a lot to do with the way it sounds. It sounds like you just said, hey, we're a team, you know, and really I do everything, guys. As the righty, then you've defined a certain direction that you're going to take, because if you're going to write songs about Elvis Presley, there's nothing anyone else can do to sort of soften that. You know, if they think that's a bizarre idea, they've got to go along with it. But they're very good at approaching the music as fans, as opposed to, well, I'm the singer, and I'm the bass player, or Neil, I'm the drummer. They approach it as fans, and it's great when you're in the studio, and never to forget there are loads of people who'd like to be in the studio. You should never be in there thinking, well, it's just another record. Yeah. So they think, is this the most exciting thing we can do? Is this, are the instruments we're using, is this the right arrangement? Have we done the vocals in the best way? Is the production boring? Are the mixes boring? It's the questions they bring up, I think, that are as valuable as the singing or the bass playing or the drumming. And I like that, because it's more like there's less of the make my guitar louder syndrome. You know, some bands work like that, where the guitarist has to be featured. Yeah.
But you all just know what's right.
I mean, we'll disagree about things, but we'll know when something is exciting, or we'll know when something is unusual in a way that's likable, you know, something that will intrigue you and maybe make you want to listen to it again.
If ever there was a song to pull at the heartstrings, it has to be When Love Breaks Down. What inspired that song?
Oh, that's a strange one, that, because it might sound funny. We'd made Swoon, and there were no real singles from that LP. And I'd been dwelling on the notion that the things that I did were too complicated, that some of them were just simply too complicated. And I wanted to write something simple. And I mean, I'll often start like that. I'll go to the keyboards, I'll start with that idea, and you end up a million miles away. You won't get anything that's simple at all. But that I just went down and I hit the first chord and the second chord, and it just came out, When Love Breaks Down. So that, I mean, I couldn't even say, oh, it's an emotional thing. I'm sure there have been things in my life where, you know, I could relate it to, but the honest answer is It was June the 16th, 1984. I've got it written at the top of a notebook somewhere. Yeah.
And does it still get the loudest cheer at the shows?
Well, we'll find that out. It's been
Yeah.
so long since we played live. Yeah, it used to go down very well.